I'm going to head over to Sherwood'S Forest and show you guys some of the stuff that they have at the nursery now. Let's go shop. Let's shop. Let's shop. Let's shop.
We've got Rosemary Topiaries in a little Christmas form. We've got cypress, lemon cypress, and a topiary or a pyramid. We've got some nice lavender here and some lavender plants back behind. And these Christmas cactus, these things are really nice. And they may be blooming at Christmas or they may bloom at Thanksgiving sometime. Of course, we have gift certificates. We have outdoor living Christmas trees, the type that you can plant outside. You can use them inside your house and then you take them outside and plant them in your yard and you'll have a nice tree. So we've got all sorts of great tropical plants as well. And we've also got the tillandsias, air plants. The tillandsias will grow in the air. We have them in little glass ornaments that you can hang on your tree and things that are very cute. We have staghorn ferns.
Happy holidays from Sherwood'S Forest.
Hi you guys, so I just made it back from Sherwood'S Forest and I came out of there with some amazing items and I'm excited to share them with you. We're going to do our Sherwood'S Forest plant haul. We're going to plant up an amazing container and I'm going to show you how to get an over the top centerpiece. Also got an amazing pair of beautiful wreaths. Show you what you can do with those wreaths in order to send your holiday decor straight over the top. Let's get to it. One thing I love about Sherwood'S Forest, he's competitively priced. Now I was able to snag this bowl for an amazing price, but I'm going to show you how I went to one place, got all of my items that I needed for this beautiful container that I'm going to plant up. But let's start planting. Come in with this container. Now what I like to do, we're going to take some of this screen. We're going to cut up a small little piece. We're going to cover up our hole in the bottom. By us covering up our hole in the bottom, it's going to prevent the dirt from coming out. We're also going to add a filter on top of that to take it a step further, and that's going to help catch that excess dirt because we're going to be sitting this on our indoor table. Now, I'm sitting mine's on glass. So since mine's will be on glass, I can come in and I can wipe off the surface. But if you're not sitting your container on top of glass, I certainly wouldn't want your beautiful finish to get messed up. You can put a saucer on here, a terracotta saucer. They have clear saucers as well. But for me, what I'm going to do is when I water this, I'm going to take it off my table, let all the water drain out. If I was planting this up, you know, and I had plants inside of it, what I would do is I would take this off my table, I would water it in real good, and then I would turn around and set it back on my table. For this planting, we don't have to worry about that because I believe that during the holidays we're running around, we're trying to get gifts. You know, nowadays we're shopping online or we're doing curbside pickups, which is all great. Or you're going into the stores, you're practicing social distancing and you're grabbing your items and you're going home. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to set up a beautiful container. Everyone on your social media page is going to rave about this container when we get done, okay? Go in and you want to fit it to the size that you need and just cut that in. You can use one filter. I like to use two. And that fits just down in the bottom of our bowl, and then up underneath that we have our screen. When I was there, I also picked up some Espoma planting soil. I'm gonna show you what I do for my fresh greens that I'm getting ready to put in here, okay? Let's set this to the side, and then we're gonna prep our fresh greens that's going in here, okay? You guys are gonna love this. You're gonna love, now just stay tuned, you're gonna love where I'm going with this, you guys. So, now if I was to do this from scratch, it would start off with a wire mesh. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And so from there, with the wire mesh, you would have to get your bundles. Now, there is 3 different types of greens in here, and then you also have your pine cones. So for the pine cones, you're going to have to buy those. So if we had 3 pine cones on there, you're going to have to buy the 3 pine cones. 2 other types of greens that's incorporated on this wreath. So you would also then have to go in and buy 3 separate bundles. Let me tell you something else that Sherwood Forest have going on that's absolutely amazing. He has these luscious bundles with mixed greens already ready. So you want to go in and you want to make your own wreath. You can probably take 2 of those bundles, the wire, then you have to just add your pine cones on there. So what I like to do with all of my wreaths before I get started, now keep in mind you got pine cones on here, but I'm going to show you what you can do with the pine cones. And I just give these a nice spray. I'm going to use a generous amount, and you can do it the day before you plant this up, but since we're doing everything in real time, we're going to just roll with it and deal with it, okay? Then you turn it over on the other side because we want to soak that side too. And we're going to take the baggie and we're going to just cover up our pine cone. You don't have to cover the pine cone up. The pine cone will be fine, but we're just going to cover it up because if you want to come in and you want to add a little bit of gold on top of those, then you can do that with your pine cone, okay? And I'll leave this one undone. So then we just come in and we're going to spray. And what this is going to do is going to revitalize everything. If you live in a dry climate, you want to get out there and spray. If you have a container, and maybe just spritz them like every other. And so what's going to happen is the leaves, the fresh greens are going to continue to take up this water, and it's going to give you some longevity. Difference in this wreath now that I've sprayed it down, it is night and day. These are fresh greens. They look beautiful when you pick them up off of the table. Really, it was hard for me to decide which variety I wanted because of the area where I'm putting this at. I knew this was the wreath that I had to pick, okay? Let's get our excess water off. Give her a shake. Alright, so I'm just going to blot up some of this water here. Let's make a ribbon real quick. So we're come in with our chenille stem here. Focus, camera, focus. Focus. Okay, so we're just going to do a real simple ribbon, okay? So we got our stem on there. We're going to come in, we're going to do a bow. So you can go here and do it this way and have this type of bow. And then you just want a bunch. We got our little pigtail. And then we can come in this way as well and kind of make them even but not perfect. See that? Just a simple ribbon. We're going to bring this down this way. And so now we have our ribbon. We're going to go around with our wire stem. It's real easy and simple, you guys. Okay, so we got that going on, okay? So then we're going to come in. We're going to flip our stuff over. We're going to flip over our wreath. You want to go use your main, so you can just come in and continue to make So you can add as many as you want to, and you just gotta kind of just work with it. And then we're just gonna come in and we're just gonna make a quick cut, okay? And let's go with this as our top, okay? Now let's say, because these are generous, so what we're gonna do, he is giving you a generous wreath. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in and we're gonna attach another stem around here, okay, you guys? We're gonna attach this stem, and what we're gonna do is, I'm very big on monograms, so we're gonna add this W. Okay, so let's set our ribbon to the side. We're gonna turn around right here. This is the top. So we got our ribbon. So you're just gonna come in and just tuck underneath the greens, okay? So you got that in there, and you wanna just flip it over. Come around the back. Any greens that you push out, you want to push those back forward, and you just want to tie it in really, really tight. Just want to come in. Okay, you want to just come in right here, and then I'll even go a step further, and we're going to leave this part out for right now, just yet. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're gonna twine, go up underneath, and you can use the full bar or just a little piece of it, however you can get it on there. I like to kind of use a little piece of it because it's gonna keep it centered. And you just work it in through there. Okay, so we got that coming right there. Now let's flip it back over. We're gonna pull our twine through here. And what we're gonna do, okay, our ribbon, we can fix that a little later, turn it on its side and all of that good jazz, okay? So then we're gonna come in. Pull this through. Then we have these beautiful letters here, okay? And we're just gonna come in, take this letter, take this letter here, and we're going to tie it on. Now I want mine to kind of be tight. I don't want it to really flop, but I want it to have enough pull to where I can position it once I get it on the door. And I'm going to come in with just a real small ribbon. You know, pay attention to the small details sometimes. Now, if you're going to add picks, this is the way that the wreath is going, so you want to make sure you go with the wreath. So you can come in here. You guys, this can get just as fancy as you want to make it. You want to just put your pick in there. We're going to go ahead and start prepping for our next holiday look here. So just like the first wreath, we're going to go in and we're going to saturate this with a generous amount of water.
I didn't cover up my pine cones. You want to leave the pine cones on the dry side if you're going to go in and add a little bit of metallic paint to your pine cones to give it that extra pop that you may be looking for.
We're going to come in, we're going to add some birch stems. We're going to add 1. We got 2 stems. Now, you can add a 3rd stem. For demonstration purposes, if you added a 3rd stem, this is what it would look like. And I probably would just add that up straight, okay? But I'm going to take this out. These beautiful pine cones. Now these just kind of just sit in there like this. And then we're gonna, so we got our pine cones in there, okay? Now, we're gonna go in with some Magnolia stems. And I'm only going to use 2. We're going to separate those out. You want to pull your stems apart. Now this is the time that you walk out and you thank yourself for buying those beautiful Monrovia Magnolias from Sherwood'S Forest, because you can go out and take these cuttings right from your yard. Come in and we're going to add just a little different texture in the same color to make our arrangement pop. And you want to just go around and just add it in, and we're going to come here and add another one. And these just stick right in, you guys. Pull this apart as well. Just stick it right on in there. And our soil is going to act as a frog, okay? We come in and we're going to personalize it. We're going to take this beautiful W here. We're going to take our chenille stem that I talked about. And then we're going to come in and we are going to take this just like this. Turn it to the side to secure it, and then we're going to just stick it right on in there and have the W sticking up, and nobody will ever know. And you guys, when you post this to your social media page, your friends are going to go crazy. Turn her just for a second, and we're going to put her right there. Now isn't that a darling? Okay, so we're not done. This is a Christmas container. This is our centerpiece, so she has to be a little bit over the top. So now we want to go in and we want to add a little bit of contrast with this gold, okay? So you can come in and you can set it right here. But because I want mine to be angled in a certain direction, just take it, pull it through. Just come in, up, and add it right there. Add it right there. Okay, now we have this beautiful arrangement. Nobody would ever know that it started off with a wreath unless you tell them. Unless you tell them. Unless you tell them, this is the only way they'll know that we started this arrangement off with a wreath, okay? Let's move on to our next piece.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just...
Okay, so now I just came out of my garden and I cut some of my beautiful limelight hydrangeas by Proven Winners. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to add some hydrangea blooms. he also had these beautiful lemon cypresses that I bought up. So I bought 3 of these, and let me show you how I'm going to plant these up. Now's the time to buy them. You can also use them in your summer arrangements as a centerpiece if you get the topiary size like I have here. So I can come out and I can plant these in my beautiful concrete urns that I have outside and use this as my centerpiece. Now, these are very temperamental. You want to make sure you don't let them dry out, okay? So we're just going to repot this, and I'm only going up just slightly a bigger size than what I have now. And so this was like perfect, but I'm using it for my display. All right, so we have this one right here. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, and then I'll set these on saucers and water these in really, really well. Now these like to have at least 6 hours of sunlight, and you got to kind of watch the temperature. So now, you guessed it, this is going to be my centerpiece right here. All right. So we have this. It already has a beautiful red bow on it. Now he also had these beautiful cyclamen. You guys, we're going to use this. We're getting down. You know I wouldn't be the garden queen if I didn't come in and do another container. I love planting up containers, and we're going to come in and I'm going to show you how this is all going to fit together. So we're going to flank that there. This is how your trio will look.
We're going to come in and we're going to add some picks just to take our holiday container over the top. Now, you can make these long or short. You can add as many as you want to.
All in, and I'm loving the way this is looking. I came back in and I made these stems shorter just in case you don't like the overwhelming feel, and that way the topiary can shine more. It's not a bad thought to go in and kind of trim up your topiary form, but I wanted to show you guys in true fashion the quality of plants that you're going to get from Sherwood's Forest. So here's another holiday look. So I've given you guys 3 holiday looks in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And as always, I'll be showing you pictures later. Happy holidays!
Happy holidays!